Gonna wait a little bit. Pillows are life. I'm still trying to find, looking through their Tumblr right now because I know someone asks a question about it. Here it is. Found it! I wonder if that was the same one I was... Okay. Game, you have to go along with some of the other guys' rap, blah blah blah. The big thing I missed is the scouting partly. Okay. So, just gonna have to let the game play. Mia! Going for the... If you haven't watched any of the streams, this is probably going to be very unentertaining. I'm attempting to get, like, this quote-unquote secret route, and it doesn't really... Yay! So I'm trying to get Daniel's right. He's the only human that you can pick. You won't. I'm skipping a lot. So let's ignore him. So I'm trying to not get any like likes from boys since it's the human, and so the majority of the boys you can romance
you
are
handled
elementals.
yourself with dignity today.
Ah, dang it, I got
Such
one.
vulgarity does not merit a response from you. You would have lowered yourself by even acknowledging his presence.
I usually do. But after this, go watch the first one, because then I don't skip anything. But then the other ones I skip. If I've read it, I skip it. It is. Yep. You'll recognize a lot of these voices, I'm assuming. I don't know who voices Daniel. I haven't heard him talk at all. I haven't looked it up. I think now we run into Lux. You'll know who Lux is.
You're looking good to...
Oh no, that's the creeper. We can skip the creeper. The creeper who wants to like fondle her and do things to her and... So I did... So it's been like 200 years since the town that you're currently in that there has been a woman born in that town. So like within the elementals, it's very rare for a woman or a female to be born. So Catcher, you don't know the gender of the child until the child reaches 10. That's when it either becomes male or female. So you don't know what the gender is until the kid turns 10. So she's the girl. Literally the entire town is full of men. Full of men. So, and since she's a girl or a female, she doesn't cling to an elemental power. So she has kind of a gray purplish look to her. So she can use all the elementals right now. The fire, wind, water, fire, wind, water, light, fire, wind, water, light. Who am I forgetting? Earth. Duh. Earth. I don't know. So apparently when there's a female, it's like your job is to pump out babies for the survival of the race. Like there might be other... Yeah. Let's set that one. Yeah, it's... I'll let you hear.
It was bad enough having Elder Glenn go on about all that embarrassing stuff, but when I left the classroom today, I could feel
since she's a
everyone
girl,
else
she
staring
has
at
a
me
coming
too.
of age where she picks
I
an
can
elemental.
deal with that, whatever.
And so it's like a whole thing about birds and bees.
But there was this really creepy guy who just... You know, I can deal with one guy, but I'm starting to think that maybe this is going to be what it's like from now on. An entire village of guys looking at me and just counting their future children.
Sorry. I'm laughing at my husband. He's giving me a look. So yeah.
That's really unfair. It's not like you asked for this.
So I don't know all the voice actors. I can't remember them all. That was Morgan Berry. I don't know who voices him.
Thank you, Ignatius. That's exactly how I feel. No one ever really...
I know all about that. My family never stops talking.
Ah, dang. That's okay. They're stagnant. I'm gonna
Come on,
disagree.
Ignatius. We're never going to get a better chance than this to see a human up close without putting ourselves in danger. Where's your sense of adventure?
Ugh, you sound like Sirocco.
I toss my hair out of my eyes in Rocco's usual manner and give him my best impression.
Where's your sense of adventure, Eggy darling?
Goddess, that is just creepy. You sound just like him. Ugh. Please don't ever do that again. One Sirocco is enough.
True story. We don't know. Apparently no one really does his route, so...
Well, we're
gonna
now.
find out.
If you want to go in, I can wait out here for you.
That's kind of you. Thank you.
It's nothing.
It is a very interesting story. Ray Chase is in this as well. He does Lux. He's my favorite so far. His rat was entertaining. And then people in the town are flaunting over her because it's a girl and she's having a coming age ceremony, so everyone wants to be the caterers. Everyone wants to be, I want to make your cake, I want to make your dress, I want to make this for you. So it's like they're bombarding her with samples, so to say. So she just got a sample of sweetbread. And now I'm not going to share because they're mine. So we're going to throw the roll in his face. That makes him upset. And then I'm going to say, I don't care. It's not performing this time. So now they're walking. They've captured a human boy, right? Yeah, they've captured a human boy because he was lurking around the edges of the town. So now they're going to inspect the human. Oh, well, thank you. I do my best. So I believe they said in the walkthrough, they said they smelled him, but they don't think it matters because oh, and then he smiles. I smile at him and he looks relieved. He gives me a crooked smile in return. And then we leave. I get ushered away. So now we're going to the training yard. So I'm going to pick one I already did. So we're going to do Lux. And we're going to let him win. Why not? I don't think it really matters here. Lux and I bow to each other, and I mentally brace myself for the wall of muscle that I know is about to come speeding towards me. Maybe it'll hurt less when he wipes the floor with me if I've already accepted that it's happening.
Come at me, Lux!
You asked for it.
Lux has me pinned against the fence with both arms behind my back.
Okay, okay! I give up! Enough!
Aw, there were a few moves I didn't get to try yet.
Not my problem.
All right.
Lux reluctantly pulls me back from the fence and lowers his arms. He turns me around and brushes some dust off my shoulders, then pats my hair back into place.
Thanks, Lux.
Oh, there's
it's almost
a few
like that crushing
of those
defeat
in
never
this game.
happened.
The CGs are great.
Is it really a crushing defeat if you weren't giving it your best effort?
Wait, you knew?
We've been sparring together for years. I know what your best looks like.
You could have said something earlier.
It seemed important to you to let me win, so I thought I'd let you have this one.
Well, aren't we a considerate pair? Maybe next time you should let me win.
It's a deal.
I'm doing fantastic on this wonderful Sunday. So I'm indoors and not outdoors. This is hot. It's hot outside. It is 32 degrees Celsius. Awesome. It's been a long day. I'll probably turn in early. Oh yeah, she gets all kinds of advertisements about her coming of age and her father talking about the past and how great her mom was and she's an amazing person. I don't do the story justice. Let's not be sure. trying to be impartial to any of them. So I think Rowan got a flower. I think Ignatius got one. Let's just pick one I've already done, because then I can skip it. Oh, well, thank you. Right, that's pretty much what is happening. They flock her, and there's Magnus who wants to make her cakes. There's Sweet William who wants to make her dress. And then people from other towns come by. Yeah. So I'm going to refuse, because I've done that before. Ah, dang. I'm giving him too many. Okay. So, let's see if I can avoid confrontation in this one. Ignatius.
I've always been impressed by the way you handle yourself in our magic lessons. And you know, since my father is a water elemental, I've just never been exposed to as much fire magic as I'd like.
Oh, thanks.
Sure, maybe sometime. Why don't we go over some defensive uses of fire magic for now?
Sure.
No, he doesn't like doing defensive stuff. Aha, this is where we are sneaking out. I push the blankets off me and sit up. I'll never get a better opportunity than this. Who knows when they'll be, Well, it's supposed to be nighttime. She's asleep and now she's woken up. I whisper to myself in the darkness.
Okay, let's do this.
So now she's gonna sneak out and go see the human. I peek my head out of the door and glance both ways. Nothing. I can hear Rocco plunking away at his lute in his room and singing horribly off key. Ooh, can we hear that? That would be funny. Perfect. No one will hear me leaving over that 10. Oh, Rocco, the goddess, bless you, with good looks, but the ability to play, she has stopped there. We've been training for years in the event of a human incursion, but I never imagined I'd be putting the skills to use in my own village. The village is much quieter at this time in the evening, although there are still quite a few people awake. If I'm spotted, I'm done for. Better be careful. Here we go. Ah, there's a soldier there. I can't believe I made it. It was easier than I expected. I allowed myself to bask in my victory. There's just one guard there. I think Elder Soul mentioned that the perimeter of the village tends to be more heavily guarded than the inside. Our magic is usually enough to stop anything or anyone from getting in, and then sneaking around stops here though. There's only one door. Punch him out. I take a deep breath, then boldly stroll up to the guard at the door. He snaps out of his apparent stupor and blocks the doorway with his massive body.
You! Where do you think you're going?
Oh, I'm just here to observe the prisoner for our history class. We're doing a special unit on human elemental relations.
He frowns.
I was never told of this. None of your classmates have been by today.
Shit.
Oh, well, this is a little embarrassing. I just really love history, and I wanted to impress Elder Glenn. Couldn't you give me just a little time?
He squints at me suspiciously.
10 minutes. That's it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good luck with your studies.
Studies, air quotes. It's rather dark inside. A small magical light floats near the post the boy is shackled to, illuminating his face. He looks up with a start at the sound of my entrance.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I shut the door behind me quietly.
I'm not sure exactly. I just felt like I needed to come talk to you without everyone else here. To see for myself.
To see what? How dangerous I am?
Yes. He throws up his hands in frustration, causing his chains to clank noisily. His shoulders sag at the audible reminder of his current predicament.
Whatever you're going to do, just get it over with. I don't care anymore.
Oh, that's not great. I kneel down in front of him and study his features in the dim light. His handsome young face looks rather worse for wear since the last time I saw him.
Have they treated you poorly here?
What kind of a question is that? Look at me.
Rude. I take his mangled hands in mine and give him a kind smile. He deflates completely.
You're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. It must be so hard to be away from your family and people.
His mouth opens and closes wordlessly for a few moments. He finally settles on an awkward nod.
What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. That's a beautiful name. What does it mean?
What's it mean? I don't really know. Human names don't always have a meaning.
The light is dim, but I can tell that he's blushing. He's so easily flustered. Hold on. Following, making sure I get this right, because I know this is super sensitive. Let's see. When speaking with Daniel, I sympathize, then push the flirting when Rocco showed up. I pat his hand and gently let go. I'm not really sure why I'm here right now, but certainly not to explore human sexuality. It's time for me to go. Oh! I did it wrong! Go back! Okay.
What's it mean?
It gives me a wicked thought. I should have some fun with him. Oh my god.
Daniel. It's a bit musical, isn't it? Daniel.
I love Morgan Berry. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what's happening. Okay. God is my judgment. Well, I jump to my feet and strike a sensuous pose, slowly running my hand down my body. Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Same.
Elementals are natural performers, you know. It's in our blood. Why? You don't like it?
I whip my hair to the side and glance at him over my shoulder. He's entranced.
No. It's nice.
Human men are so easily ruled by their hormones. I can probably make him do anything if I keep this long enough. Eileen, oh, I just got a trophy. Is it worth it? Let me work it. I like that. I lean over to give him a better view of my backside. Just as I'm getting to the best part, a shadow falls over my face. Ignatius, ...
What?
Oh, this is great. Play it off.
I was just rehearsing my surprise dance for the coming-of-age ceremony. I thought it'd be good to get an outside perspective.
Oh my god.
It's not going over very well, though, so I guess I'll just have to cancel it now.
I curtsy to Daniel just as he looks confused.
You know what? Forget it. I don't even want to hear it.
I guess we'd better head back then.
Oh, I didn't get another. I think you're supposed to get 3. Ah! Dang it, you're supposed to get 3 flowers there. Why didn't it say? Tell me. It doesn't tell me the options. It just... Go see him. Let's see. I only got 2.
Thank you for the
There we go. Dang it. I'm gonna try each one until I know which one it is. I know he was so angry about the whole situation. True?
I was just testing him a little. I wanted to see if I could use his body against him. And it seems like it was working.
You'd really do that to your enemy?
You can't rule anything out when your life's on the line, Ignatius.
Glanced at Daniel out of the corner of my eyes. He looks crushed. Oh no. Subtly reassure him. Here we go.
Well, are you done?
Go ahead, I'm right behind you.
Ah, I got it. Okay. Yes. That's the greatest thing about Otome games. You can always go back. It took me a while because I did not know. I was trying to use like the same buttons as I would on the Vita, and that is different on the PlayStation 4. Nation turns to leave. I put a finger to my lips and give Daniel a wink. He looks relieved. Good. I got all 3.
Thank you for the time.
Right.
Oh, I was not expecting the guard's voice. Yep. I waited until Ignatius and I were out of earshot of the guard. We walked down the path towards the student quarters.
What were you doing here anyway? How did you know where I went?
Ignatius stares at the floor.
I know this is going to sound weird, but I was actually just getting back from the bathhouse.
This late at night?
I don't like... I just prefer to be alone. And nobody's ever there late at night. Anyway, I saw you sneaking out. I was pretty far so you didn't see me. It looked... I don't know, it seemed kind of weird. So I followed you.
What are you worried about me for? I can take care of myself.
I never said you couldn't.
So why are you here then?
Do you give everybody who cares about you this much grief?
Oh.
I'm never going to do anything nice for you ever again.
As he says, blushing.
Nice try. I know there's a sweet guy in there underneath it all. You'll forgive me in the morning.
Oh, now you think you've got me all figured out, do you?
Sure do.
I instinctively reach out for his arm. As soon as I make contact, he flinches but doesn't take his arm away.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ignatius. I was raised in such a touchy-feely family. Sometimes I forget not everybody likes that stuff.
That's okay. My family's like that too. But they're so loud and there's so many of them. It kind of soured me on the whole thing. It's not as bad when you do it, though.
Aww, he's so cute. I take his arm in my hand again. I can feel the warmth from his body even though his sleeves of his, even through his sleeves of his sweater. We walked the rest of the way home in a comfortable silence. Yes, so in his route, it kind of explains that he wears sweaters because everywhere else is cold because he's a fire elemental, and where he was born was near, I think, a volcano. So even though he's wearing long sleeves and is all in all black, and it could be like in the middle of summer, he's still cold. But he still radiates a lot of heat. So with Ignatius, let's cut through the square. I was trying to skip the game, but I don't know if that happens. Rowan rolls his eyes at Rocco.
You're boring the entire village. You used to take some pride in your obnoxious come-ons. Now it's always the same. Some half-assed statement riffing off what they just said. Slap a darling in there, maybe some weird dessert nickname if you're feeling creative. Casually sling your arm around your chair or lean against the wall. We've all got your routine memorized.
Oh, burn. Rocco looks positively wounded. He lays his hand on my shoulder and sniffles dramatically.
Can you believe him, darling? The nerve of him! To take his pathetic loneliness out on me, his dearest friend, when all I ever offered him was love and happiness. Some people deserve their misery.
I pat his head. Gingerly?
There.
He is. This is getting awkward. Time to change the subject. Let's go with Rocco.
Thank you, Rowan, but I'm going to have to go with Rocco on this one.
I grab Rocco's arm and he pulls me in close to him.
I'm sure I don't really need to tell you to hold on tight.
Oh no, is this... Oh, this is going to be a minigame for
all,
him. Oh,
completely
shit.
Irresistible.
Of course
please,
you are.
Hold on tight.
Shocker. I throw my arms around Rocco's neck and he puts one arm around my waist.
Here we go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a pretty cute CG. I can feel the air around us begin to shift. Invisible current tug at my arms and legs and begin to leave the ground. My feet... Oh, I feel my knees start to get weak. I tighten my grip around Rocco.
Not so tight.
Sorry.
I just thought of that, yeah. I look down and my breath catches in my throat. We must be a good 50 feet off the ground and still climbing.
If I can't breathe, we'll both fall.
Rocco uses his free arm to pry my arms loose from around his neck and gently nudges them down. I wrap my legs around his waist and hastily throw my arms around his chest as we climb higher above the clouds.
Phew. I like it rough sometimes, but not while I'm in the air.
Shut up, Rocco!
Rocco gives my waist a firm squeeze.
Hey, didn't I say I've got you? Have a little faith in me, darling.
It's not that easy.
Isn't it? You're afraid of falling, aren't you?
Goddess, don't say it!
I squeeze my eyes shut.
Just relax. Feel the wind in your hair. My body against yours.
Oh, I should have picked Rowan. He's too much.
That time.
Yep.
Just trying to lighten the mood, darling. But perhaps we won't conquer this in one go.
Oh, jeez. It feels like we're beginning to descend. I open my eyes slightly to have a peek. We're still far too high for my liking, but I can see our school below.
We passed Elder Barasco some time ago, so don't worry about being late.
Yep. I feel something solid beneath my feet, and I open my eyes, land, my knees buckle beneath me.
Hey, whoa!
Rocco helps me guide me to the ground.
Why don't you just get your bearings here for a moment?
Sorry. This never used to happen to me. And I've never been up quite that high.
Don't be sorry. It's a natural response in your situation.
He takes a seat next to me on the ground, and we sit in silence for a few moments as my breathing evens out.
I don't want to let fear rule me, but that was tough.
Perhaps that was my fault. In my haste to get you to class on time, I didn't consider the effect the height might have on you.
Is that an apology?
Oh, goodness, no. That would mean I did something wrong. I think you and I both know such a thing is impossible.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I thought. Just had to make sure.
But if you ever need my help again in the future, maybe I'll fly a bit lower next time.
Sorry, Rocco. I'm not sure I can handle another flight like that.
Your loss, isn't it, darling?
I'll go on somehow.
Well, Elder Barasco is just over there. We better head inside. You ready?
Yeah. Thanks, Rocco.
He doesn't seem that bad. He's just chummy. Really chummy. Rocco and I take our seats just in the nick of time. Elder Barasco sweeps into the room and launches into his lesson immediately.
I hope you've been studying up on last week's material. Don't think just because you're about to graduate that we're done learning.
Never, Elder.
He's very friendly in
Since
many
you're
ways.
so eager, Sirocco, why don't you start us off with the date and combatants of the Battle of Leucothea?
Certainly. If I'm not mistaken, it was a battle fought between humans and the water elementals of the village of Leucothea, EL 1100?
Correct. The Treaty of Disquernacabras was signed in which year? Ignatius?
Last year?
Not even close. Caspian?
EL 1397.
Excellent. Lux, the signatories of that treaty.
It was an inter-elemental treaty between the wind elementals of Disquernacabras and the earth elementals of Sanadine.
Perfect. Well, it looks like some of you have been studying. Today's lesson is on notable elemental females. We begin with Lucerna of Munawar.
I've heard of Lucerna before. He is. Hello. Yes, he is Badasco. He's I don't really want a debt dream, so why not? I know some of the city names I'm just like
What in the world was going on with you this morning? And Rocco, too. Were you guys walking to class together?
So Lux is like the best friend forever kind of a thing. Like they've known each other since they were like toddlers. So every single any other route that you're on and he sees them, like sees you close to another guy, he's like, "What are you doing?" Oh yeah, he's totally
Everybody's
jelly.
been acting so weird lately. It started with some free sweet rolls a few days ago. And now, since then, there's more and more people waving food and fabrics and jewelry and goddess knows whatever else in my face, going on about their fine wares and screaming at their competitors. I think people are actually coming from other villages for this.
Well, it is an exciting time, isn't it? Being able to say your work was featured in one of the biggest coming-of-age ceremonies in 200 years is quite an accomplishment.
That may be so, but it gets less and less exciting the crazier this gets. I'm going to have to just hurry and get my party planning done. Hopefully, once I've committed to specific vendors, they'll all get the idea and give it up.
Maybe they'll start assassinating each other.
I can't tell if he's joking. Even when he says completely absurd things, he does it with such a straight face. Yeah,
you can't be serious.
My dishwasher overflowed, and I learned the hard way that they put flooring over flooring, so they just placed flooring over flooring, and they did come fix it. However, they didn't come clean it. That reminds me, I need to email the apartment people, because I'm going to tell them how displeased with the fact that they let dirty dishwasher seep onto my floors, under my floors, but then not clean anything, because, you know.
If you paid attention in class
mold,
today,
bugs,
you might have remembered the Great
not a fan of
Merchants
those
War of
things.
1017. But
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
where does Rocco come in? What were you guys doing together?
Oh, right. Well, those merchants cost me some time, and then I ran into Rocco and Rowan on my way, and you know how those two are, always going back and forth. I knew I was going to be late, so Rocco told me he had a good shortcut.
If I were you, I might take the longer, more private route to school. If you're walking through the village square every morning, the merchants can spot you and harass you with minimal trouble. Try to keep your wits about you when you're dealing with them. We hope most of them will be honorable, but the power you represent can drive some elementals to do terrible things.
I'll definitely have to consider it. Thanks for looking out for me, Lux.
I'm here for you whenever you need me.
And now she has even more advertisements in her room. She looks at more advertisements now. She's having a daydream. And it's about Ignatius. And they have a weird moment, so to say, in her dreams. I really hope I'm doing this right. It would suck to spend all this time and then it not work. Let's go through the village. Why not?
Thanks, but I've got this under control.
You sure?
I look at Ignatius and back at the crowd. The merchants surge forward, shouting and shoving their merchandise towards
All
me.
right.
Ignatius motions me to follow. I grab the back of his sweater and hang on tightly.
Oh, well, I guess that works. Stay close.
Here we go. There's each boy has their own unique minigame. And here it is. So I have the... At least it's not Rowan's where I'm like jumping on the... Yep. It's so random, but it's so funny. Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, yeah. I jumped. It was too loud. Let me exit. Let me out. Let me out. I know, I didn't expect it either when I first was playing it. I was like, what is this? What is happening? It was funny. Ducks and dodges and gets me through the crowd. So as this loads, I'm going to use the bathrooms. I've had a lot to drink recently, and I need a break. Jelly best friend's back again. He's always back. His route is really sweet and cute. He was the first one I did. Because, you know, can't friend zone the friend, right? And that's terrible. Let's see. She going to look at dresses? Is this what it's wants me to do? Ah. Yeah, so it's dresses. I'm gonna go alone. Gonna go alone. Sweet William is one of the best. The dresses look really cute on. To be honest, the daring one is my favorite. So why not? Let's do Earth. Since... No, let's do Light. Just dream about... Oh, and I don't have a dream. Maybe since I'm all over the place, it's not going to give me a dream. So she wakes up, it's eerily quiet. She goes to look around. And the town is completely empty. Sweet William sees her and says, "Go back. We're under attack by the humans." So we're gonna go back to my room because the same thing's gonna happen regardless of what I do. She goes back to her room. And she actually locks her door. Images of the human boy. Daniel flashed through my mind. I wonder if he's alright. I hope they don't hurt him. So that's new. Usually she's not thinking of him. 10 minutes to go by, then 20, and I start to feel foolish. What exactly was I expecting to happen? Surely the boys can handle anything some humans can throw at them. Ignatius hates fighting, but he can defend himself when he has to, and he's got our classmates to back him up. I know he'll be okay. Just as I'm starting to relax, I hear the clinking sound coming from the door. It couldn't be the boys. They would announce themselves. Braced myself for an attack, and this ugly old man comes in and takes her, and Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I actually watched Into the Spider-Verse yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I really liked it. It was a really good movie. Oh, this is different. I tried to create a little bit of light, but no luck. I think I'm on his route. I think we were successful, guys. And my magic's still not working. Great. Once my eyes adjust, I can make out a pile of straw, a bowl, and a bucket. I don't even want to know what the bucket is meant for. She made a little click. It sounded like she locked it. I mean, I guess they're probably used to having a dorm full of male elementals, so why have doors? Why have locks, you know? Like, they're all males, it doesn't really matter. You're not gonna assault a female. The only female in town. I don't know. I crawl over to the bowl and squint at it in the darkness. Looks like some sort of kind of bread, and useless for escape. link your thing up. Yeah. Make my way to the bars and have a look around the room, and only light comes. Okay, so yeah, this is all the same. I'm gonna leave him be, cause as I survey his bruised body, I'm so sorry, Ignatius. We never deserved any of this.
Well, you shouldn't have to. I should have been stronger.
And in theory, Daniel should be coming around here. They captured her because they know she's important, because she's the only female in the last 200 years in that town. And their peace agreement is expiring in like days. So, because their agreement is that elemental men can go into town and do whatever they want, essentially, to be able to reproduce. They take the half human, half elemental babies back to the town, and most of the time the elemental side doesn't know who their human counterpart is. So it's all messed up.
We should quit whining and figure out how to get out of here.
Same. He gives me a small smile.
Well, I guess we should sleep. We need our minds right if we're going to escape.
The cell is uncomfortable and it takes me a long time to fall asleep. I'm jolted out of my sleep by a soft voice. Psst. Hey! I sit up and turn towards the bars, only to see the human boy from earlier. I hurriedly shove my straw in front of the hole to walk over to the bar. She's hiding the fact that she wants to talk to the human boy from Ignatius. Ooh, naughty, naughty.
It's me, Daniel. Are you alright?
How did he get out? Oh, I guess with the shuffle they probably got him out. I don't think that's what I want. Why would I roll my eyes?
It's me, Daniel. Are you alright?
I'm alright.
There we go.
Just a little bit scared.
I'm so glad you're okay. If they hurt you, I don't know what I would have done.
What are you doing in here? Where's the guard?
Oh, him? I told him to give me some time to speak to you alone.
Lies.
You told him? And he just listened to you?
Galen looks a bit sheepish.
My dad is kind of a big deal around here. I might have reminded him of that fact.
Yes.
I see.
Her traditional mating dance, so to say.
I'm so sorry. I hate to see you like this.
He grips the bars as he speaks. Manipulate him. Oh. I'm gonna save because maybe that will get me to a weird, crazy end. So we're gonna save at this point because I don't want to have to go through all that. Okay.
Please, Daniel. There must be something you can do to help us.
There's not a lot I can do myself, but maybe I can provide you with a distraction.
Provide you with a distraction. Okay.
Yes, we can work with that.
Let's see. We should do it in the morning just before the shift change. The guard will be tired, so he'll be off his game a little.
That sounds perfect.
Boom.
Alright then.
Could you imagine?
Wait, please. Do you know how they've been blocking our magic?
Some of our scouts found this relic in some old ruins, and Shaman Lee discovered it seems to have some effect on your people.
Do you know where we might find it?
Sorry, I'm not sure where it is. I just know Shaman Lee never takes it off. So, maybe somewhere in the temple?
Thank you, Daniel. I know you're risking a lot for us.
Sure. That will be in the DLC. No, I'm just kidding. I squeeze his hands through the bars.
It's not a problem. No trouble at all. Please, be safe.
He walks out of the room, staring at his hands as he walks, as if mesmerized by it. As soon as the door shuts, I hear Ignatius shifting in his cell.
Is this going to work?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's going to do.
Let's see, he's like... So I've got... Someone, fan art, get on it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Yes, that would be the... I agree. Totally down with that.
Here's hoping it comes through, I guess.
Yeah.
I try to get back to sleep after that, but every sound makes me jump. I finally managed to fall asleep. I have a nightmare that Daniel is running down a long hallway towards us with keys, but he never seems to reach us. Oh shit. That is some distraction. Holy crap. I'm startled out of my nightmare by an explosion that shakes the room. I can hear shouting voices and footsteps running down the hall. Our guard is nowhere to be seen.
Shit! Was that him?
I don't know. It must be.
A door swings open and smoke comes pouring into the room. Oh shit. Stanley appears holding a cloth over his face. He tosses me a key and gives me a wave and disappear back into the smoke-filled hallway. I grab the keys and unlock my cell, then Ignatius.
Where are we going from here?
We need to get out of here, but we've got to stay out of sight. Without our magic, we're at a huge disadvantage. So just stay close and don't let go of my hand.
All right.
He takes my hand for a moment. I feel some of my nerve melt away.
Here we go.
I mean, at least he won't get burnt, maybe, and hopefully. You peek into the hallway. It's so smoky it's hard to see anything, but I feel certain that there's no one out there for the moment. We make a run for it. Just in time, we barely make it around the corner before we hear shouting coming from our former cells.
Hurry, Ignatius, this way!
We run around the corner and down the hall, searching frantically for some kind of exit. I can hear the guards yelling out instructions to each other.
Shit, shit, shit! Into the stairwell!
What if we run into someone?
Then we're dead either way, just go!
Ignatius and I run into the stairwell and duck behind some barrels, and the guard comes thundering down the stairs just behind us. I can hear them arguing amongst themselves.
Whose bright idea was it to keep so much gunpowder in this building?
Nobody's paying you to think, idiot! Where else are they supposed to keep gunpowder? In the farmhouses? Just get a bucket and as much water as you can so we don't all get blown sky high!
Ignatius and I huddled together behind the barrels, listening as the guards' voices and footsteps slowly fade.
Well, we definitely can't go down there.
We can't waste any time. Who knows when they'll be back?
Ignatius and I scrambled to our feet, began searching the room for something, anything to help.
Hey, over here! There's some kind of chute here!
Oh, the chute again. Ignatius gestures to the small metal chute in the wall.
But where does it lead?
Anywhere has to be better than here. Look, I can fit.
He sticks his head and shoulders into the chute to demonstrate. His voice echoes through the enclosed space.
See?
It's so funny.
I don't like this, but I guess we don't have any choice.
Ignatius withdraws his chest and indicates the chute, then waves with a wave of his hand.
You go ahead. I'll make sure it stays clear back here.
You don't have to do that.
Spare me the argument about who should go first and just get in there already.
Oh, well, you'll see me.
All right.
And she don't fit. I climb headfirst into the chute, pitch dark inside, but worse than that.
Hey, what are you doing? Quit messing around.
I'm stuck.
What?
I try to wiggle my way in further, but it's no use. I'm stuck.
Do you have to wiggle around like that?
It's not for your benefit. I'm not getting anywhere. I need you to push me.
Push you? You want me to put my hands on your...
I can practically hear the blush in his voice.
By the goddess, will you just put your hands on my butt already?
Okay, just because you asked. I promise I'm not enjoying it.
Suddenly a warm, timid pair of hands on my backside. He gives me a small push, but it does nothing.
Harder!
Mm-hmm.
Someone just kill me.
If I don't get out of here, I will murder you myself! Put your back into it this time! ...
I can feel Ignatius's hard shoulder pressing against my bottom. He gives me a firm shove with his entire body. This time I pop out of place and go careening through the dark head first. I can't stop the screaming that tears itself from my throat.
Oh, goddess, I'm so sorry. Wait, I'm coming too.
Booty, 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 booty. I love that. I love this game. I fall through the darkness, then suddenly light, and garbage. I land face first in a mountain of trash. Ignatius comes hurling out of the chute at top speed and lands heavily on top of me, smashing my face into practically and partially moist patch of garbage.
Oof. Oh, goddess, I am so sorry. Let me help you.
Ignatius grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me up.
It's fine. I'm fine. Oh, where did we end up?
We made it out. Looks like we're in some kind of nasty, trash-filled alley.
So disgusting. But at least we made it out. We should have a look around so we can figure out where to go next.
We can start by getting out of this trash pile.
Ignatius and I climb to our feet and wobble out of the garbage heap.
I'll just take a quick peek around the side of this building.
Let's go together. We shouldn't split up here.
All right.
I edge my way around the corner, but before I can stick my head around, I have to look around to have a look. Ignatius pulls me back.
Someone's coming! Here!
And they're in the barrels again. Before I can ask what Ignatius is doing, he grabs a nearby barrel and shoves it down over my head. My knees buckle, but I manage to guide myself to the ground, keeping the barrel upright. I hear human voices contemplating loudly.
How did I get stuck with trash duty when the goddamn tower is on fire? Jacobs really has it out for me.
Eventually, the grumbling human voice gets quieter and quieter. A door slams somewhere in the distance.
I'm so sorry about that. But I had to think fast and I saw these empty barrels.
He's so funny. Been through the barrel scene before. So now they're, you know, quite comically running around the town with barrels over them. Ignatius just can't let go of the barrels. We rest for a moment in a cornfield behind the farmhouse. The unharvested stalks provide us with natural hiding spot
We'll
place.
probably have to abandon our barrels here.
Why's that?
He doesn't want to let go of the barrels.
I don't see any barrels around. It's going to look kind of weird if there's barrels out in the middle of a cornfield, won't it?
It can't be weirder than two elementals running around a human village.
Well, I guess you've got me there. But we'll have to leave these behind at least long enough for us to get our bearings.
I'll climb the barn over there and have a look around.
I don't mind doing it, that's alright.
I got you stuck in a chute and then I landed straight on top of you in a pile of trash. I need to redeem myself, so just let me have this, alright?
None of that was your fault, but alright.
Ignatius turns and disappears into the mass of corn stalks. I sit down and rest my feet for a moment. I can't believe he's still thinking about that stuff. He must really be embarrassed. I'll have to reassure him later. I count the cracks in the barrel to pass the time, but that gets old quickly. I twiddle my thumbs and lean back against the stalk of corn. Eventually I hear what I hope is Ignatius rustling through the cornfield.
Sorry about that. It looks like there's a temple up on a hill some distance away, and there's a bunch more farms like this one on the way.
The temple is our best bet to get our hands on that artifact. There's no point in going home if we can't neutralize that threat.
I don't like it, but I'm with you.
Thank you, Ignatius. The barrels are going to look weird in a place like this, but I guess we don't have any alternatives.
Get your barrel on, and when you're ready, we'll head that way.
Get your barrel on. Get your barrel
Okay. Here we go.
I just can't get over the barrels. It's slow going, traveling under the barrels, but we managed to sneak through the expansive farmland and orders completely undercover. After some time, we arrived at the temple without any further trouble. After what feels like a lifetime of stumbling and sweating beneath our barrels, disguise, Ignatius and I make it to the temple. He upends his barrel with a loud hoof.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. I'm so tired of carrying this thing around.
I pull my barrel off and sit it down next to me. The cool air feels good on my face. It was positively sweltering beneath.
Hey, look at that! You're actually sweating.
It's from exertion, not the temperature. It's still too damn cold here.
Are we leaving the barrels here?
Right.
Oh no. I'm sure they've got loads of barrels in there. We'll blend right in.
He's so about barrels. He kills me. She convinces him not to take the barrels inside. FYI. Doesn't really matter what I do here, it's the same. Nothing bad happens. There was a guy meditating. He noticed them, so she meditates with them. So now they walk and explore. They find a very ornately decorated door, so they enter. The shaman. She tries to take the thing from the shaman. The shaman throws power over at Ignatius. Ignatius is on the ground. So then she tries to take action. She grabs the amulet, yanks it off of him, has all these crazy visions. I know I'm not doing a very good job of explaining things. I'm just skipping it all for you. So now she's asking for help from the goddess, and she gets a fire dragon.
What did you do?
I don't know, but I think it was...
So they get on their back. They're both angry, so we give them a rude Oh, it doesn't show the CG for it. It shows like a really funny, cute cartoon CG of them flipping them off. That's weird that it doesn't give it to me. Maybe it's because I'm on Daniel's route. I'm going back to the, She goes hunting for things. She disguises them. She puts some...
Don't read anything into it.
So everybody wakes up after a while the next morning. Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at the route just to make sure. Okay, so we have to go to the scouting party. I thought his sheet patronizingly.
I was just kidding, you know.
Aw, I hate doing this. I'm sorry, Ignatius. What's blank stare? I give Ignatius my best blank stare. The impact of his words seems to wash over him.
Why don't we pretend I never said anything?
Have it your way.
So he goes to take a bath. He's taking way too long. He pretty much was trying to be nice to her and all that stuff. Now we can, you know, see him bathing, but he was trying to be nice to her and like show feelings towards her, and I was being dismissive of it because I'm trying not to be on his route. I'm trying to be on Daniel's route, but I still have to be on. Now he sure is. They all end up like this in all their routes. It's glorious.
What the fuck are you doing here?
I love how angry he is.
I...
Oh, I like that. I never knew you had tattoos on your hips. Well. They do. They say whatever they want here. And they'll have sexy, sexy time, too. He does. He says a lot of angry words. No, you don't.
Go ahead, Ignatius.
So now he's supposed to be spilling his heart out. So now, I'm sorry. There's really good art that the creator did while she was at Anime Expo on their Tumblr. Really good art. You should go look at it. They teased a DLC. I don't know if it's actually true, but they've teased a DLC.
If you don't get up here, I'm going to go in your room and grab your sketchbooks, and then I'll go to your family's house.
Oh, rude.
You wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't I?
She tells him pretty much to get on the Firebird. Now they're flying back. Oh no.